A lot of new investors are still finding it difficult to comprehensively understand what land banking means in Nigerian real estate market. Some already understand, but they are still considering whether they should try land banking or not, which is why I decided to make this comprehensive video to serve as a guide to everybody investing in Nigerian real estate market, especially land banking, but do not fully understand it. So make sure you watch this video to the end. My name is Bisola. They call me Wildflower. I'm a real estate enthusiast based in Lagos State, and I help Nigerians abroad to safely invest in the Nigerian real estate market. So please subscribe to my channel right now so that you don't miss my video next time I post a new one. Land banking in simple terms, meaning buy land in order to sell it off to make profits. Let me explain how it works. Not every land buyer, not every investor you see wants to build. In fact, many people in the diaspora who are buying certain lands are not buying it because they want to develop it, but because they want to sell it off and make profit. You already understood that real estate in Nigeria has to do with market trends. There are some locations that are always trending because that is where the government is taking development to, and that is why they choose to buy those locations. They are not planning to live there, but they know there are a lot of things that will happen in that location. They know there are a lot of people who wants to live there. They know there are a lot of people who are taking their businesses there. So what do? They buy it when it is cheaper, hold it, and when it is time to dispose it of, they sell it and make high margin of profits. This is how investors think, but they will not tell you. And this is me letting you know how investors think. Investors are not self-centered. They don't think about themselves. They think about their business. How can they maximize their profits? They make their research. Which lands are doing well, or which lands have the potential of doing well sooner or later, and that is where they put their money. So they buy the land, hold it, and resell it later. One advantage of land banking is that anybody can do land banking because it is relatively the cheapest form of real estate investment. The moment you research a location and you see the potential of that location booming sooner or later, all you need to do is buy that location, and you are going to buy it at a very cheaper rate. They are usually the most affordable form of real estate investments. Even as a first-time investor, going into land banking might be a way of motivating yourself, because then you can buy for relatively low amount and then sell it off to make your profits later. Mind you, there are even usually long-term payment plans available for land banking if you can't afford to pay outrightly. So there is nothing stopping anybody from going into land banking as a form of real estate investment. All you need to do is understand the market, understand the concept of land banking, how it works, and then find a trusted real estate professional that can guide you and help you. And finally, take a leap of faith by making an initial deposit if you cannot afford to pay outrightly. Many people bought Lekki, Aja, and the environs for land banking purposes many years ago because they saw the potentials of those locations when some other people were saying it is too far. So investors think in a way that when they make their research, they can come to a decision and then take the risk. Not just anyhow risk, realistic ones. A lot of people bought Lekki, Aja for 700,000 naira many years ago, but today you cannot get a plot of land in Lekki for 300 million naira. So what does this tell you? Land banking has that potential of making you maximize your profits if you move right. Land banking is not only favorable to Nigerians abroad, it is also favorable for Nigerians that are home. Why? Because instead of keeping that money in the bank where inflation will easily and quickly catch up with it, putting that money in may be the best option for you. And there you have people that are always saying by the time the land will appreciate, inflation would have caught up with it. That is a very big lie, because the person who buys land will always be better than somebody who doesn't have any form of land investment. And don't you forget, aside making money on land, real estate generally is a way of having prestige. It is a way of thinking about your future generations to come. So land banking is a form of investment where you can never lose. I'm talking about the benefits of which not only rich people can go into land banking. For example, you cannot afford to buy a land that is worth 100 million or 100 billion. In places like Ekpe in Lagos State, you can buy land for as cheap as 3 million that you can even pay in installments, which is why you see everybody in Lagos or people outside Lagos wanting to buy Ekpe. What they are after is land banking, because Ekpe has that potential of booming due to all the government's plans and everything that is going on right now or that is going there in the future. Land bankers think smart. They don't reason on the surface. They don't think like an average human, and that is why the people who invested in land banking in Lekki, Aja, Ikoyi back then are billionaires today. You can never compare their level of wisdom and how they think, and you'll be surprised a lot of them have even invested in Ekpe. So why are you missing out on land banking? And let me tell you, another reason that make land bankers more smart is because they are futuristic. They have that foresight. They are not thinking about the present. They are thinking about their long-term returns. So if you are the kind of person who is always looking for a fast cash, the land banking is definitely not for you. It is not a fast cash scheme. You need to have that willingness to hold on to it for a very long time, and when that opportunity opens up, that is the time to sell it off. If you want to make quick money, then it is high time you stopped watching this video, because it's definitely not for you. Land banking is for people who have foresight, who have that patience to hold on to it, because the best way you can maximize your profit in land banking is by holding on to it for as long as you can, and when the opportunity comes, you maximize your profit by selling it off in folds. Let me quickly drop you a tip if you are planning to do land banking. Your due diligence is very important, because most of land banking titles are not yet perfected. So your due diligence is a must. You must never take that risk. Ensure that the land you are buying for land banking is safe. Make sure you don't compromise on your search. Your due diligence is highly important in land banking, so that you don't get scammed, and so that in the long run you don't run into a loss. Ultimately, that is what makes land banking the cheapest form of real estate investment, because since the title is yet to be perfected, you can get it for lower rates, and you can always up your game by perfecting the title, and then by then you will be selling in folds. So never compromise on your due diligence if you want to invest in land banking. And like I always say, the most important of all this is finding a trusted professional. Everything is minimal, everything is simple the moment you find the right person. If you want to go into land banking in Nigeria, what are the locations that are most likely available for you? In Lagos, we have Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki. Due to the government's plans and due to everything that is going on right now, the proposed international airport project has already been approved. That is how you can know places that have the potential. There is the Alaro City, the Lekki Free Trade Zone, the Dangote Refinery. Mind you, a lot of people are thinking their investment is at risk and they want to dispose of their lands in Ibeju-Lekki due to the Dangote Refinery saga. I already dropped a content on this, and I explained that even if the legal possession of the Dangote Refinery changes, the refinery itself is not moving, so there's nothing wrong with your investment. By the way, the Dangote Refinery is not the only determinant of your investments in Ekpe, Ibeju-Lekki axis. So as an investor, like I said, you always have to think smart and not on the surface. The deep sea ports, the free trade zone are all there, and these are areas that make Ekpe and Ibeju-Lekki the best bets for land banking in Lagos. In Ibadan, we have places like Monia, Ido. All these places are places that government have plans for, and these are the places that are best for land banking, because by the time everything will be set, you will be among the investors that will make cool cash, big ones, in real estate. For investors looking into doing land banking in the east, the best location I would recommend is Aba in Abia State, due to the government's plans for that location. We have the Greater Aba Development Authority that is going on right now. We have the Aba Master Plan, and also the ease of doing business that is going on right now in Aba, Abia State. There are also various land banking options available in Abuja. So if you are a seasoned investor or you are even a new-time investor, land banking is always the best bet. You can never lose on land banking if you make your calculations right. Thank you for watching this video to the end. My name is Bisola. They call me Wildflower. I own Wildflower Luxury Realty. I'm a real estate enthusiast based in Lagos State. I help Nigerians home and abroad to safely invest in the Nigerian real estate market. My WhatsApp number is pinned on the screen, and my Instagram handles as well are being displayed. Please make sure to like if you gain anything from this video. Leave me a comment, and as well as share to your friends who might be interested in watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.